Good morning, everybody, and as usual, happy Saturday. I am Coach Ray. Thank you for joining me for today's stick mobility workout. So for today's workout, we are going to require access to all three sticks. So 2 long sticks and 1 short stick. And welcome to the class for your first time. It's good to see you. So for today's class, we are still working on those performance sling systems. So we're still working on that anterior posterior sling system. So one of the drills we're going to get into a little bit later for strength training is actually going to be an RDL with a row. We're going to use a stick for that. One of the other strength training drills is going to be a little bit awkward to kind of get into because of the angle of the stick, but we're still going to be working on that anterior sling line. We're also going to be working with doing a lot, and I mean a lot, of spinal specific drills, working with extension and rotation, right? So, ready? Let's get into it. So we're first going to start off with a pad, and I just want to start off in a half kneeling position here. I just want to use this as a way to kind of warm up the pelvis and the hips. So I'm actually going to start kind of diagonally here, and I'm going to start my left leg down first. Right leg going to be forward, and I'm going to have a relatively big split here. Now my back foot is going to be extended, so I want the top of that back foot into the floor here. Right leg's going to be forward. I'm starting off with the long stick, but you can use the short stick here as well. So I'm going to have the bottom of the stick in line with the arch of my front foot here. Have my hands at roughly about chest height. First thing I'm going to do from here is I'm going to drive the stick down about roughly 20 to 30% tension. And then I'm going to tuck my pelvis and squeeze my left glute, and then shift forward into a stretch, allowing the hips to shift forward, and then slowly back out of it, still holding that posterior tilt here. So shift forward, split those hips, come out, good. Shift forward, exhale as you do, shift out, that's 3, shift forward, excellent, shift out, again, shift forward, 5, let's go 3 more here. Shift forward, split the hips, drive that back foot down, 6, shift forward, 7, excellent, one more time, shift forward, 8, slowly ease off and relax. Now we're going to switch sides. So I'm actually going to turn forward for this one here. So I got my left leg forward, right foot is back. Remember, that back foot needs to be plantar flex, so we're extending that ankle. Switch your hands, drive the stick down, 20-30% tension, drive that back foot to the floor, tuck the pelvis to squeeze that right glute, shift forward, open those hips, good. Slowly ease out, remember to keep that tilt. Shift forward, good. That's 2, shift forward, 3, we're only holding it for about a couple seconds here. Breathe, shift forward, 4, slowly back out, shift forward, 5, it's good. Let's go 3 more here. Shift forward, 6, let's go 2 more, shift forward, 7, excellent. Last one, folks. Shift forward, good, 8, back out, and slowly ease off. Excellent. We're going to keep this position here. Now we're going to take the stick and place it behind our back. So if you're actually using the long stick, stick with it. If you have the short stick, this is a good time to actually change. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to work with rotating and laterally flexing the bottom, the one end of the stick down from here, and then we're going to pull apart. We're going to do this going back and forth between both sides here, all right? So I want to shift forward just a little bit, all right? Keep that pelvic tilt. I'm going to rotate to my left. I'm going to bring my right hand across my body here, and then I'm going to tilt the right end of the stick down onto the floor, and then I'm going to pull apart. About roughly 30% tension here. Get that nice upper back activation. Feel some rotation in the spine. Good, ease off, pulling apart. Come back up. Rotate to the right, Get that left hand across on the inside of the leg, place it down, and pull apart. Make sure you breathe here. You're gonna feel that rib cage start to open up. Ease off pulling apart, come up, rotate to the opposite side again. Rotate to the left, right end of the stick comes down, pull apart, 30%. We're just trying to get some activation here, folks. We're not going max effort. Good, ease off, come up, rotate to the right, pull that left hand across, come to the inner thigh, pull apart. Should be feeling good on that rib cage here. Good, ease off pulling apart. Let's go each side one more time. Rotate to the left, pull that right hand across, down, pull apart. Good, breathe. Ease off, come up, rotate to the other side, place the other end of the stick down, pull apart. Nice and easy, good. Ease off, come back up, back to center. Now we're gonna switch sides. So we're gonna bring that right leg forward, left leg back. We're still extending that back ankle. So we're plantar flexing there. So load that front leg, shift forward, create some of that separation in the hips here, getting a stretch on the hip flexors. From here, rotate to the right, pull that left hand across, laterally flex down, pull apart. Good, ease off, come up, rotate to the opposite side, place it down, pull apart. Good, ease off, come up, rotate to the right, place it down, pull apart. Breathe, folks, breathe. Ease off, come up, rotate to the other side. Should be feeling that spine and rib cage start to loosen up quite a bit here. Pull apart. Ease off. One more time each way. Come back, rotate to the right, left hand down, pull apart. Good. Ease off, back up to center. Last one on this side, rotate to the other side, place hand of the stick down, pull apart. Good, ease off, come up and out. Lovely, perfect. Now this is gonna be the time where we're gonna need 2 sticks here in a corner of a wall. So I'm gonna use a squat rack here. And we've done this drill before. This is going to be a tall kneeling extension drill. So I'm going to take the 2 long sticks here, and I'm going to get into a tall kneeling position. Now, you might have to adjust as we go along here. You can adjust your hand, you can adjust the distance you are between the wall. It's all going to depend here. But I think a good unit of measurement is roughly about 3 feet away from the wall here, especially with the longer sticks. So I'm gonna have my hands out, so I'm not directly overhead. I actually kind of want my arms to be a little angled because I'm actually gonna hang into it here. Now from this position, I'm gonna flatten out the tops of my feet, so plantar flexing those ankles here, and then I'm going to sink into the sticks, almost like I'm getting a little bit of a hang. Now from here, I'm gonna sit my hips back, still driving forward. Good. You're gonna feel that T-spine start to stretch and open up, and then I'm gonna come up and squeeze my glutes. Good. Go back down into it. Good. Come up and squeeze. Just 2. Let's go 3 more. Sink those hips back. Breathe up. 3, 2 more. Hips back. Up. 4, excellent. One more time. Sink those hips back. Breathe. Hold that position. Good. Come up. Squeeze those glutes. And ease off. Excellent. Good. Now we're going to go to a standing position. We're going to grab the short stick here. We don't need the long sticks for this one here. We are going to do the pendulum. And so for this is mainly for the shoulders. We want to make sure that we're not getting a whole lot of lateral flexion in the spine. Instead, I want to keep that spine as neutral as we possibly can here. And so I'm going to have my feet at roughly about shoulder width. I want my toes to be pointed forward. And I'm going to have my fingertips on the ends of the sticks here. If the stick is long, if you only have long sticks, you can actually have your fingertips, your hands with the under grip. So as we actually kind of move into this here, okay? So I'm going to have my feet facing forward. I want to squeeze those glutes a little bit here. Now from this position, I'm going to drive with my left hand going across my body towards my center line. I want to keep my right arm straight, bringing it up into an overhead position, really pushing with that left hand. So I'm going to get a stretch in that shoulder. Now I'm going to come down and switch sides. Nice and slow, controlled, keeping that left arm straight, driving up with that right hand. Good. Switch sides. So it's just like a pendulum. We're swinging side to side, kind of, to a degree. Good. Come back to the other side here. Good. Come up. Make sure you're driving with that right hand. Drive through with the left. Bring that arm up overhead. Good. Back down. Opposite side. Good. Let's go one more each way. Excellent. Breathe. Other side, one more time. Wonderful. Come back to center. Ease off. Perfect. Now, since we are going to be getting into a single leg RDL, I do want to do a little bit of a balancing drill. And so, what we're going to do here is we're going to start with our feet together. And we're going to be using a short stick. The short stick is just going to be here if we needed added balance. But what we're going to do is we're actually just going to go with a little bit of a toe tapping drill, just working with creating that stability in the hip as we go in different directions here. If you want more of a challenge, you can always lift the stick to now force you to really work on those stabilizing tissues in the hip. So we're going to start with the left foot grounded first. So the stick's in my right hand. I want to grab the ground with that left foot here, so we're going to keep it active. I'm going to hover the right foot, and I'm going to touch to 12. Good. Come back. I'm going to touch to 6. And I want to shift my weight back as far as I can here. Come up. You should be feeling that left glute fire. We're going to go to 9 o'clock. Good. And now we're going to go to 3. Reach that right foot out. Touch 3 o'clock. Come up. Excellent. Nice and easy. Now let's lift that stick. So come to 12. Good. Now we're going to go to 6. Shift back. Don't be afraid to place that stick on the ground for added stability and support if you need it. Now we're going to go to 9. So this very much like a curtsy. Touch that foot. Excellent. Now we're going to go to 3. Reach out. Touch. Back up. And ease off. Nice and easy. Now we're going to go right side here. We're going to do the same thing. Right foot grabs the ground. Hover the foot. Now we're going to touch the left foot to 12. Good. Now we're going to go to 6. And you want to try to keep as much weight off the stick as you can here. Excellent. Now we're going to go to 3. Curtsy here. Excellent. Now we're going to go to 9. Reach out. Touch. Back up. Lift that stick. So we're going to see a little more interesting. 12. Good. Let's go to 6. Reach back. Try to keep good stability here. Up. We're going to go to 3. Reach across. Excellent. Now we're going to go to 9. Reach out, touch. Back up. And relax. That's it. Super simple, really easy, just kind of warm up those tissues. First drill we're gonna start off with is the RDL with the row. Now for this particular drill, we are gonna have the stick on the same side of the leg that's down. So again, we're still working with that sling system. So we're gonna work in that posterior sling system here. Now, as we actually row with the side of the leg that's down, you're gonna get that right lat active, or that side active here. The opposite glute's gonna be firing too. We really wanna drive that heel back as we do it here. I'm gonna kick this out. And I'm gonna start on my right leg here. And my left leg is going to be in the position where I'm hinging back. So, position-wise, you may have to adjust some things. I'm actually not gonna use a rack because I don't really feel too good about doing that. So I'm gonna actually face forward. My left hand is gonna be at the end of the stick here. I want my right hand right in line with my hip. I'm gonna have my right foot grounded. I'm gonna bring my left foot off the floor, make sure that right foot is grabbing the ground, and then I'm going to hinge back into an RDL. And I'm not pushing the stick back yet, but I just wanna get down to a good position, drive that left heel back, and I just wanna feel that left glute really fire here. I just want to hold this position, come up, and relax. Take a second. Now is when we start adding in that activation. So I'm going to be pulling up with that right hand. So we get set in position again. Over the left foot, I'm going to hinge, drive that stick back. Good. Now I'm going to pull up with that right hand. Make sure you're driving that left heel back nice and hard. Excellent. Ease off, come up, and relax. We're going to do that again. I'm going to come off the left foot. We're going to hinge. Find that point of stability. Drive both hands back. Pull up with the right hand. 3, 2, 1, ease off, come up, and relax. Good. We're gonna go again. Hover the left foot, hinge, drive that left heel back, hard, pull up with the right hand, try to maintain balance best you can. 3, 2, 1, and up. Ease off. Take a second. I'm actually going to try going from this direction here. See if I can line up correctly. So we do that same thing. Reaching the right hand across, grabbing the end of the stick here. Left hand is right by where the hip is. We're going to use the first rep just to kind of warm up. So from here, hover the right foot. Left leg stays active. Drive that right heel back. Dorsiflexing that ankle. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Back up. Excellent. Now we're going to add in that row. Remember, we're trying to pull up with that left hand, get that left lat active. So from here, hover the foot, hinge back, drive the stick down, pull up with the left hand. You're going to reflexively push down with the right. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Come back up. Ease off. Good. We're going to get 2 more reps here. Over the right foot, left foot stays active. Hinge, drive that right heel back. Drive the stick back into the wall. Pull up with the left hand. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Ease off. Come back up and relax. Let's get one more time. Over the right foot. Hinge. Drive that right heel back. Good. Drop the stick back. Pull up with that left hand. Create that bow on the stick. Good. 3, 2, 1. up, ease off. Take a second. Now this is where things are going to get maybe slightly weird, slightly awkward, at least setting up the stick, because again, the stick needs to be at a certain angle. So I'm actually going to kind of, so I'm going to use a rack here. Instead of facing directly forward, I kind of want to face almost at a 45 here. Now I'm going to have my inside leg forward. The reason being is so we can adduct that hip at the same time driving the stick down diagonally into the wall here. So when we get that adductor, we get that anterior sling system here now. So I'm going to adjust my position. I'm going to be in a split position here. Split's going to depend on you. Start off with a little bit of a wider base, and you can actually kind of internally rotate that outside leg to make sure you can maintain that balance here. Now I want to grab the ground with your front foot. I'm going to reach across with both hands. Now from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to drive my front leg into the stick. So I'm going to adduct. I'm creating isometric tension here. Now from here, I'm going to drive the stick down into the wall while creating adductor tension. Start at about roughly 50%. Get a feel for the movement. Hold, getting a little bit of a lean, that's okay. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Take a second, you may have to adjust your position. So again, we're going out at a little bit of an angle. So go ahead and get set a position again. From here, hands out, squatting down, creating tension on the stick. So I'm pulling with the stick, driving the stick down, adducting, create that tension, hold, 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent, we're gonna go 2 more. Rotate the stick a bit so it's not bending all in one way. Squat down, hands come across, create that tension, adduct the hip, and drive down. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent, we're gonna go one more time here. Like I said, slightly awkward, a little bit of an awkward position, but once you get in position, you're good to go. Last one, squat down, adduct the hip, pull up with the stick, drive down, create that tension. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Take a second. Now we're going to switch sides. I'm going to go here. Create as big of a split as you need. All right. Angle down a little bit. You're going to do that same thing. So again, finding your position is going to be a little weird, so don't be afraid to adjust as you need to. So I'm going to turn my back foot going inwards so I can maintain that balance better. I'm going to adduct my left hip, drive the stick down, pull across, hold, 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent, good. Let's go ahead and go again. Rotate the stick, squat down, drive the stick away toward the left, adduct that left hip and push down. Hold, 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. Rotate the stick a little bit more. Reach both hands across, drop that right hip in, create that tension, adduct that left hip, pull across, drive the stick down, hold, 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent, let's go one more time. Rotate that stick again. Right, create that tension, adduct the hip, drive the stick down to the floor, hold, 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. Good. Now, we're going to take the short stick. We're going to go to the floor here. We're going to work on a little bit of core. So now we're going to go back to that dead bug variation, or we're going to go to a dead bug variation, sorry. But we're actually going to make it a little bit harder here. So it's just going to be an isometric hold. So I'm going to go to the floor. And so, as usual, when doing a dead bug variation, you want to make sure that your low back is flat to the floor. Like there's a little marshmallow, right? A little marshmallow friend like from Ghostbusters. So I'm going to have the stick in my right hand, my left leg's going to be up. Now the last time that we did this, we actually had this foot grounded, right? Driving into the floor. This time we're going to actively bridge. So it's going to be a little bit harder here. So I'm going to have my hand just above my head to create a longer lever. And I'm going to have my left hand down. Now from here what I'm going to do is I'm going to create tension. So I'm going to drive that knee up, drive my hand down. Let's go at 50%. So compress, get tension from both ways. I want to keep that right foot grounded. Now I'm going to bridge up, holding that position. Hold. 3, 2, 1, back down, and ease off. Good. So we're getting that right glute active, driving that left hand into the floor, but we're still getting that interior system here, right? Let's go again. So at 50%, drive, so compress that stick, try to shorten it. Good, drive the left hand down, right foot down, bridge up. Should be feeling that right glute get nice and active. 3, 2, 1, back down, and ease off. Good. Let's go 2 more here. Left leg up. Excellent. Compress the stick. 50% still. Drive that left hand down. Bridge up. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Ease off. Let's go one more time here, folks. Doing good, doing good. Bring that left knee up. Good. Compress. Excellent. Bridge up. Hold that bridge position. 3, 2, 1, and back down. Ease off. Good. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So this is so last week we did a dead bug variation, right? But this is a really good way to progress that movement, make it quite a bit harder. But it also teaches you what it should feel like in terms of doing a single leg bridge, right? So we're teaching multiple different patterns. So let's go again. So drive, so compress that stick, 50%. Good, bridge up on that left side. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, back down, ease off. Good. We got 3 more. Left knee up, compress. Good. Bridge up. Drive that right hand to the floor. 3, 2, 1. Back down. Ease off. Excellent. We got 2 more here, folks. Compress. Good. Bridge. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Ease off. Excellent. One more time. Last one, I promise. Maybe. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Compress. Good. Bridge up. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Nice and slow, and relax. Good. A little bit of core work, right? All right, so now we're gonna get into the stretching. And like I mentioned earlier, we're doing a lot of rotation stuff. So let's get into the first one. We're gonna use 2 long sticks here. I'm actually gonna place this down over here so it's out of the way. Now for this drill here, distance varies. So you're gonna have to kind of figure out that distance. And so we're gonna be in a split squat position here. Now, I do want to make sure that my hands are at both ends of the sticks here. I'm not gripping, right? I have my palms pressing on the end of the sticks here. Now, I'm gonna be in a split stance, so I want that back leg to be nice and straight, right? And we're gonna be doing rotations going both ways. But just so we actually get a feel for the movement or know what it's gonna look like, I'm going to bring my left hand up and have my right hand drive through. We've done this particular drill before, right? It's been a while, but we're gonna go both sides here. So we're gonna go 3 per side and then switch legs. So we're gonna actively split those hips. Drive that right heel back, nice and hard. Right glute should be nice and active. What I'm gonna do from here, the sticks are roughly in line with my shoulders. I'm gonna bring my left hand up and I'm gonna bring my right hand through and shift forward. Driving with that right hand, I'm getting a lot of T-spine rotation here. Then I'm gonna come back, return the left hand down. Now the right hand comes up, left hand comes through. Good. Excellent. Come back to neutral. Switch sides again. Left hand comes straight up. Right hand comes through. It should be a long line from the leg to the hand. Excellent. Come back to neutral. Switch sides. Good. Make sure you're breathing here. Back to neutral. One more each side. Good. Really get into that T-spine rotation here. Reach across with that right hand. Good. Back to neutral. Other side last time. Reach up with the right. Reach across with the left. Take advantage of that rotation. Back to center. Ease off. Let's go ahead and switch sides here. So this is a really good way to really learn and integrate that rotation from a split stance, but this makes it really good because it allows you to kind of really work the hips into it, keeping those hips facing forward. So if you're having a hard time keeping your hips forward, if your hips are turning out, just reduce the amount of rotation you're actually getting. That's okay. All right, let's do it again. We're gonna get set in that same position. Left leg needs to be straight, so drive that left heel back and down. Both hands are starting at chest level here. I'm gonna clear, right hand comes up, left hand comes through. Breathe. Good. Back to center. Switch sides. Good. Come back to center. Right hand comes up, left hand comes through. Make sure you're reaching out with that arm is going across the body. Good. Switch. Breathe. Excellent. Let's go one more time each side, folks. Really get into it. Breathe. Excellent. One more time. Good. Back to center. And ease off. Lovely. Well done. Now we're going to go to another T-spine drill. We're going to be on the floor here using 2 sticks. So I'm actually going to do it going this way. And this is another drill that we've done before. I'm going to have one stick down, kind of in front. The other stick's going to be behind. With this stick, we're going to open up and rotate. We're going to create tension here. So I'm on my left side. I want my left foot on top of the stick. I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to weave it under the stick here. So with this left hand, I'm going to pull down towards the floor. I want to trap that hip to keep the low back from getting involved here. It's going to be really important. So from here, pull down with that left hand. With this right hand, I'm going to drive it down into the corner. And then I'm going to open up, rotate to my right, really pulling down pretty hard with that left hand. Good. Come back up and over. Still driving down. We don't lose that tension. Only about 20%. And then open up and rotate again. Good. Let's get a couple more rotations. Come back up. Open up and rotate. Breathe. Excellent. Let's go one more, folks. One more. Open up and rotate. Nicely done. And ease off. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So we're going to be set up in the same position. Remember that bottom leg, that foot needs to be on top of the stick here, right? Other foot is under the stick. Same thing. Pull that right hand down toward the floor. Trap that leg. Keep that low back from getting into it. Drive that stick, left stick down into the floor. Open up and rotate. You're going to notice one side tighter than the other. For me, this side is a lot tighter. Come back up. Good. Open up to the left. The objective is to try to get the shoulder or the spine flat, or the upper back flat. Come back up. Not get the hand to the floor. Open up. Breathe. Good. Let's go one more time. Open up. Rotate. Breathe. Keep that tension, driving the stick down. Good. Slowly come out. And relax. Perfect. Good. And now we're going to go to a standing position. So for this, you can use a long or short stick. It depends. Now, we did a drill where we were driving the stick through, or having a stick through the legs, driving to the wall. However, we're going to use it more as a rotational stretching drill. And again, this is another drill we've done prior. So I'm going to have my left leg forward. My right leg is going to be back. I want to create a pretty, relatively big split here, nothing too significant. Now the rule of thumb for this is you want the stick to be on the outside of both legs, right? So from the front leg is coming on the outside, the bottom of the stick ends up being on the outside of the back leg as well, right? So I'm going to turn to the side here, and you can go with a wide base if that's more comfortable for you. So the bottom of the stick is right on the outside of my right foot. It's on the outside of my left thigh. Now from here, I'm going to take my right hand and reach across. Now I'm automatically going to get a little bit of rotation there. Now we're going to add tension to it. So I'm going to pull with the stick across my body. So now I'm getting activation in that left hip. Good. Now from here, I'm going to let go with that left hand, and I'm going to open up and rotate to the left, pulling that right hand across. Again, trapping the hips, trapping that low back. I'm going to come back forward, touch the stick, and then open up and rotate again. Good. Come back forward. Open up. Make sure you breathe. Let's go one more time. Open up. Pull that right hand across. Excellent. Come back forward and ease off. Lovely. Let's go to switch sides. So I'm going to have my right foot forward, left foot back. Stick comes on the outside of both feet. All right. So as remember for this one, the stick should be on the outside or trailing to the outside of both legs. It shouldn't be on the inside. So from here, squat down, reach across with the left. I'm going to pull it across, create that tension, driving that right leg out. Let go with the right hand. Open up, rotate. It's one. Touch the stick. Good. Open up and rotate again. That's 2. Let's go 2 more. Open up and rotate. 3. Let's go last one. Doing good here, folks. Open up and rotate. Driving that right leg out. 4. Excellent. Come back to center. Ease off. Wonderful. And come out of it. Now, just want to finish off with one last drill. We're going to do a back bending bow and arrow. So for this, the setup's going to be kind of, well, it's really specific here. Because we don't want the stick to be out to the side. We actually want the stick to be behind us here. So we're going to get a lot of those anterior tissues. You're going to feel that hip starts to stretch. We are actually going to be in a little bit of a split stance or a lunge stance. So I'm going to have my right leg back, and I'm not taking too big of a split here, right? Just a little bit. It's going to, trust me, it's going to be more than enough. So I'm going to take a little bit of a split stance. Sticks in my left hand, right leg is back. I want to have the stick roughly about in line with the heel of my right foot. Now, my left hand is going to be at about where the sticker is. Right hand comes up, and I reach over, thumb facing down towards the floor. That actually doesn't change. What also doesn't change is the direction we're driving our hips. So I'm actually going to have my hips kind of going like a little bit more diagonal, not directly forward, kind of out diagonally here. So from here, I want to squeeze that right glute, drive those hips forward. Now I'm going to extend those hands out. Breathe. I'm going to ease off, nice and slow. Let's go ahead and rotate the stick. We're going to do that again. Sticks back, squeeze that right glute, drive those hips diagonally forward, then shift back. Excellent, ease off. And let's go ahead and switch sides. All right. I'll actually kind of show this from the front here. So right leg's gonna be forward, left leg's gonna be back. Remember, we're not taking that big of a split here. Bottom of the stick is gonna be roughly about in line with the heel of that back foot. Right hand's gonna be right about where the sticker is. We're gonna take the left hand, reach up over the top, thumb facing down towards the floor. I'm gonna squeeze my left glute, drive my left hip forward and away, and then extend those hands out. Breathe. 3, 2, 1, ease off. Nice and slow. Let's rotate that stick a little bit. Let's get one more in. Get set in position. Squeeze our left glute. Drive that hip forward and away. Extend those hands out. Hold. And 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Nice and slow. And relax. And that, my friends, concludes today's stick mobility class. I want to say thank you, everybody, for joining me for today. I hope y'all had a good class. And as usual, stay safe, have a good weekend, and I'll see y'all on Christmas.